The bells of Eldenford Castle tolled through the morning fog, a sombre sound echoing across the fields. After 20 long years of peace, war had returned to the kingdom of Ardenfall. Sir Aldric the Oathbreaker, once the king's mightiest knight, rode alone. His armor was scarred, his cloak stained by forgotten wars. People still whispered his name like, "Curse the knight who failed to protect the prince." Yet here he was, summoned by the very king he had disappointed. He approached the castle gates, where guards eyed him with suspicion. A voice called from above. "Halt! State your purpose." Aldric removed his helmet, revealing dark, tired eyes. "I was summoned by King Rowan. A war is coming, and he needs every blade." The iron gates creaked open, and as Aldric crossed the threshold, the familiar weight of shame settled on his shoulders. King Rowan sat on his throne, his hair now silver, but his gaze as sharp as a hawk's. "You return after all these years." Aldric knelt. "I swore an oath to you, my king. Though I failed once, allow me to serve again." The king sighed. "Our enemy is not a kingdom of men. It is the Iron Horde, led by the warlord Magnus Blackhorn. He commands giants from the northern ice, and his army crosses our border even now." "Then I will ride at dawn," Aldric declared. "No," Rowan said sternly. "You must do more than fight. You must lead, but the people will not follow you willingly. Earn back their faith." The next morning, Aldric travelled to Hollowmere, a village burned years ago, a place no knight had protected since. Children hid as he rode past, and men glared with hatred. A young woman, Alara the Healer, stepped forward. "You dare return here?" she asked coldly. "My sword failed our people once," Aldric admitted. "I cannot change the past, but I can fight for the future." She studied him. "If you want forgiveness, then defend us when the Horde arrives. No promises. Only blood and steel." Winter winds howled as the Iron Horde descended upon Hollowmere. 30 knights and farmers stood with Aldric, facing an army of hundreds. "Today we do not fight for glory," he shouted. "We fight for home." The Horde charged. Giants wielding tree trunk clubs smashed through their barricades. Aldric met them head-on, his sword a blur of silver lightning. Alara hurled flaming oil from the rooftops. Farmers defended their families with pitchforks and knives. The snow turned red with blood. A giant swung its club downward. Aldric blocked, shattering his shield. With one last desperate strike, he severed the beast's throat. Wounded and weary, he remained standing. This time, he would not fail. After hours of brutal combat, the Horde finally retreated. The village stood firm. For the first time in 20 years, the people looked at Aldric, not with hatred, but with hope. King Rowan arrived with reinforcements to find villagers surrounding Aldric like a hero. "You have done what many thought impossible," the king said proudly. Alara spoke for the village. "He has earned forgiveness not with words, but with sacrifice." The king nodded. Then rise, Sir Aldric of Holomeonite of Ardenfall once more. Aldric stood tall, his heart restored. War still loomed, but this time he was ready. Not for redemption, but for victory. Thanks for watching. If you enjoyed this story, be sure to like and subscribe for more epic tales.